Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Al-Farghani series, the Egypto-Sogdian series, with a tiny bit of Berber influence into it, and all that. So, again, from the previous episode, we moved from Barca, where we established a Sogdian minority over there due to living there for so long, and then we went across the Western Desert, some of which are fully under control, while others still yet to be fully controlled. And now it is here in the Lighthouse of Alexandria, which is my new home, my new permanent residence, where Egyptian culture is still around because it still has its use around here. Just recently, despite the low flooding of the Nile for this year, which in fact the level is going to change in about a month as we're in July. But regardless, it's where the Silk Road ends here, but it also ends over in Acre, Antioch, and Constantinople. That's where the Silk Road ends there. I mean, that's part of the Silk Road mod, totally separate from the Silk Road related content from the Tarim Basin flavor pack, which does affect the Sogdian culture of mine as well, to a certain degree. But that's only if you are actually way over there. Right. That please remember that man over there, the Ekshid, who lives in Trans-Saharan, and now he has Fergana as his residence. Miran, really? Founded by Emperor Bahram of the Persian Empire. That was a long time ago. While they don't exist anymore, but this is the the cadet branch of it. All I could say is that they were Tajiks at one point, and then they were Zoroastrian Tajiks long ago. But they became Tajik after Bahram VI of the Persian Empire, the Sasanian Empire. Yep, the only one. Because the rest of them were Sassanids, and before Ardashir there was the the Parthian Empire, Babak, and of course there's this founder. And of course, why do we care about that? Well, that's just a little bit of remembering a little bit of the Iranian history, even though the Sogdians kind of missed out on some of the Sassanid, even though the Sassanids did hold Sogdia, but it was only temporary. Because, there were other empires that came to Sogdiana, like the Hephthalites, which they're still around. They're called Turco-Hephthalites. Born from Hephthalite and Oguz in 665. It's just a little thing. Just wanted to show you. Now, anyways, back here. As I'm 49 years old and my health is doing poor, which means I have a limited time on Earth. But I'd like to raise a lot of money, and we'll get a tiny bit more income as we get this fully under control again. And I am not going to build any more buildings till I save up 900 gold to rebuild the Oracle of Amun. And I know some of you are thinking, if this is your first time tuning into this particular episode, you're probably saying it's like, Oracle of Amun, that's an ancient Egyptian thing, but aren't you a Muslim? Well, yeah, I am. But the thing is, I'm gonna get out of this. Not, I mean, I'll still be in Islam. It's just this is gonna be a different kind. Somewhat. But the Sultan, isn't gonna judge me for it. Yeah, we gave him Silk Road Entertainers. And he became a poet recently. That's good to know. Hope he sends me a bit of poetry. And it kind of makes me wonder, due to our far range of contacts. It's like we do have contact with them. Those people down there. Them too. Yes. Yes. Definitely yes. And yes, them too. Okay, that's too far, so basically, like, we have contact for most of, heck, do we even have contact with the Idrises? They call him the child killer? Are you sure about... Cloven in half. Born on February, June. Okay, that threw me off. So, yes, we do have contact with them. What about Al-Andalus? Yes. Asturias? Yes. Dutch? That's the Dutch name for France? But that one's too far away. Okay. So, basically, we do have contact for most of Africa. Yes, even Somalia, too. We do have contact with them. Too far away for Socotra. So, basically most of North Africa and the Sahel, sub-Saharan parts, so that's another factor for that. If we were ever to be engaged in warfare against Sahara. Because that one, I'm a bit weary of it. Like if we gotta control the coast. Because they took it by conquest. But the thing is, war costs money. These areas haven't been looted recently. Well, I'll be. But don't raid Sahara because they have over 3,000 troops, and that's on theirs. And then superior numbers. Yeah, don't raid them unless they're at war. And they ain't at war either. So if you're gonna raid somewhere, you've gotta go far. I mean, there's some degree of loot over there. You go to the corridor, but that area's been recently looted. If you can even make the long trek there, then you might. But before we get on with this episode, I would like to say something about Alexandria for a moment. Yes, the land is developing, slowly but surely, but now flooding is a bit low, so that kind of hurts it a little. And so we made some improvements and added defenses, something that helps the levy reinforcement rate and the economy. And we've also rebuilt the Lighthouse of Alexandria, which now we have even more holding taxes, development, growth, and as well as the holder of this holding with more taxes than it was the last time, which is what it had. But we improved upon it, and there are these benefits now. That's the reason I said that's going to be our permanent residence, our capital. We still got another decade for those holding taxes thanks to Jewelers Workshop investment by the previous owner before I got here. Yeah. Especially living in an oasis helps with that as well. And all that. But let me tell you. So, this is something that Khosrow what the stumbler would have to say. It's like, yes, I'm a murderer. I'm a kinslayer, because I killed my cannibalist brother. It had to be done. But then again, do two wrongs make a right? But it was worth it. But after all, he's a cynic. And it's that cynicalism is what's going to cause this change. And that change will happen in a few minutes. So, now, being here in Alexandria, where we make a lot of fortune here, including the control of the Silk Road trading post, and way over in Tripoli, the control of the Trans-Saharan trading post as well. Now, this could only happen to a guy like me, and only happen in a town like this, Alexandria. So, may I say to each of you, most gratefully, as I throw each one of you people living here a kiss, because, you know, he's a bit of a like that, but never too far homosexual to the point where it'd be considered haram and they would throw me in prison, because I didn't lay with a man despite my tendencies. But here in Alexandria, as a Sogdian, I will say that this is my kind of town. Yeah, Alexandria is my kind of town. My kind of people too, the Egyptians. Oh, I envy them because of the children of the Nile, which I would love to form a hybrid culture with them one day and call it Egypto-Sogdian. But as far as acceptance is concerned, it'll take a long time. And even if you were to promote cultural acceptance now, check the rate. The rate would be pretty substantial, but it's yearly, you know. Cultures share a majority religion. By religion you mean Abrahamic, right? Because I just want you to know. Okay, continue to raise money for it, even though we're about to get another source of income. I don't want to give up that domain focus just yet. And in 18 months, I may have to extort my subjects to get more money. In other words, I'm going to be doing some rather tyrannical things just to get this construction project financed. And before we do that, now here's what we're all here for. I am going to be converting to a brand new faith, Maraboutism. What is that? As a reminder. Because I've decided, because I was kind of divided between an equal fundamentalist or a pluralist, but more of this. One's esoteric, the other adaptive with legalism. So, adaptive will give you counter-conversion resistance up, infidel vassals less likely to join independents and populist factions, which reflects on the pluralist part. And all of the Maraboutists, different opinion of different faith lead up, and yes, up, up, up. And legalism, which reduces laws, which is, we still retain that from the fatwa. So each virtue the ruler has will be a reduction of law cost. If we have a sinful ruler, then that's increasing the law cost. Vassals and counties are less likely to join factions against a virtuous ruler. Vassals and counties are more likely to join factions against a sinful ruler. Fair enough. Electors under elective succession types are more likely to vote for the choice of their liege if their liege is just, which is why just is a virtue and arbitrary is a sin. And there's grand pilgrimages where once in every 5 years adherents can decide to recruit a Marabouti to serve at their court. And characters of this faith gain an additional bonus upon successful completion of the pilgrimage. But again, we consider them righteous, and they consider us righteous. And plus, as compared to, you know, our faith, this has a little more virtue, so And now added, patient is a virtue. Yes. But the thing I want the most is this. Syncretic Folk Traditions. Considers unreformed faiths, and is considered by unreformists, to be hostile instead of evil. Mutual plus 30 opinion bonus with unreformed faiths. The base speed of converting syncretized faiths is reduced by 75%, and it makes humble a virtue and arrogant a sin. And plus, pluralist. But it's still Sunni, so we're fellow Sunnis righteous, and we still get this benefit from the Sunni with plus 3 stewardship. But unfortunately, I would lose out the benefits of having all of this, especially the piety. And this is going to hurt the development of Alexandria a bit, and a tiny bit of learning. But for Maraboutism, close that. I can understand Mecca, Medina, and Jerusalem Pluralism, but the other two are way too far away from here. But still, regardless, and I have one more explanation before we convert. Why this over that one? Because if I wanted to form a diverge culture, which I plan on calling it West Sogdian whenever that time comes, that I would love to change the martial from men only to equal. And in order to do that, you got to have an equal doctrine. And to have that, you got to change your gender law to equal. So this isn't going to happen anytime soon because of low cultural acceptance between us and the Egyptians. So therefore, Maraboutism is going to be the faith that I choose, and we only did do this because of Syncretic Folk Traditions. He will convert. He will not. I'm missing 205. It's alright, there's still time for it. And I'll be sure to celebrate the Saded festival for more piety. Which is, again, it's an Iranian tradition. So we'll convert soon enough. For now, go get the gold. Unfortunately, all the good people who rate for a living are gone now. So it's going to be slightly longer. My culture has discovered barracks. Which means now we can unlock all travel era or late antiquity era military buildings such as this one over there. Which I'm not gonna be spending money at all. Save it! And remember, Gurak is gonna be the heir. He has flaws, but hopefully his reign will be flawless. Oh, my apologies. I would like to bring you over here. Despite the fact that you are a different faith. A hostile one. Hey, wait a minute. You got gold? Well, I'm gonna let you off the hook. I don't have to recruit you. Remember, we're raising funds for the Oracle of Amun. The art of cooking. The food I ate for dinner today was quite an interesting variety of flavors. Savory, sweet, sour, and so on. All blending together to a decent meal. Bored and curious, I asked my cook to come out and quiz him on what I just say. With a calm and pleasant tone, he explains the various ingredients he used and how he prepared them. Very fascinating. Very fascinating indeed. Yeah, get on out of here. Now, give me a little bit of gold, so I don't have to hear you from again. Return to your homeland. Ah, bingo! It's not much, but every little bit helps. Very high now flood this year. Alright, more fortune for this year. This one's gonna be another 10. And then we'll raid Sut. And then take a long way, then right here, and then we return. As much as I would love to raid the Aglabids, but they're not at war with anyone at the moment. So we can't go get it. Look again. You need 200. Too few spouses, huh? Well, I could marry another one, but preferably an older woman because I don't want to have any more children. Just pick one, anyone, alright? Yeah. Oh. I just thought of it just now. You know what? Just marry all the old women you see. So that way you don't get children out of this. As chance of children is low. And by the time they turn, then that's that. Because Gurak should be the one to inherit all the lands. Barely. Because I think having more spouses increases piety, is it not? Yes, I'm aware you're still not married. But don't mate with anyone, alright? Don't we have another thing? No, you are thinking of the Chief Cadi, but you don't have a royal court for that. It's gonna cost you 100. And hopefully we'll get a good number of piety. And you can't go to pilgrimage again for a good period of time, so you just gotta get lucky, that's all. But nevertheless, let's celebrate because it's November. Winter has returned and there's a chill in the air. This year I wish to celebrate the great Sadeh festival as our predecessors in Iran have done for generations upon generations. On the coldest day of the year, 50 days before Nowruz, we will observe Sadeh with the lighting of bonfires. I should start preparing this for this year's celebrations. The start of Sadeh festival in Alexandria for the first time, over there. We did it once back at Barca, by my predecessors, grandfather in particular. It's almost night of the Sadeh festival. Though it may be the coldest time of the year, we will find warmth in each other, and a warmth in the fires we make across the Iranian world. Bonfires are being lit up in every town and village near and far, so we may find joy in each other as we want to for the return for spring. Glad it's finally here. Let's begin. Keep it up. A fiery spectacle. These days, many kings and lords across the Iranian plateau have practiced the custom of lighting birds and animals on fire during Sunday. That is, these wild beasts would be driven into the fire, and the spectators would eat, drink, and be merry as they observed the commotion, preferably from a safe distance. Pious scholars and holy people of all religions, including that of Islam and Zoroastrianism, have condemned the practice as cruel and contrary to their faith's teachings. However, it could be a lot of fun if we did it. Should I order such a spectacle to be carried out this year? It's for the piety, so if the Imams say it's cruel and against Sunni teachings, then let's not. Because I'm cynical, you see, going against my character, but how much? 146. Again, this total cost is due to the learning difference in fervor. The fervor! Oh yeah, it's going up yearly. Yeah, that's an issue. Sadeh comes to an And with that, the Sadeh comes to a close. Everyone had a great time, and the bonfires we lit all over certainly helped everybody keep warm in this coldest time of year. Sooner than later, springtime will be upon us. Alas, such an occasion only comes once a year, so we must wrap things up for now. Until then, however, I look forward to the next Sadeh. Until next time. The fervor goes up a bit, and that means it's gonna cost more to convert, isn't it? Not yet, so one would think I would have to switch my focus to theology just to help out even more, but remember, I ain't got long to live. And you ain't a pious person. And that's an issue. But you're doing what you can. Again, this is the only opportunity, as the original cost was 2,000. No, you don't gain piety for killing. Greedy person. Unimportant. Oh, he is greedy. Well, it's that greed is gonna get him to nowhere. So here's what we're gonna do. In 10 months, get this last thing, even if I have to extort subjects just to get more gold, and then I'm gonna switch to Theology focus. Actually, there's another way to get piety, but you don't have much in the way of learning, but maybe you could help me with this a little. And you see, that's a big drop. Actually, if they don't like me much, because I thought the increase of the cost of converting would be due to not them. Curious. Due to learning. The wives that I married, check them. So mine's got second 12, third 13. Aha! I'm gonna need you to... But remember, if you make the primary spouse, he's gonna feel a bit spurned and he's gonna hate my guts. I mean, you got the learning. Yeah. That sounds like a right idea. You know what? Maybe you should go for scholarship to get a bit more learning. And then in turn, make your wife the primary spouse. And then you convert. And everybody goes home happy. But, yeah. I think I got it. But just hold on for now, alright? They're about to raid one more territory, then we come back with all the loot. It's a race against time, you know. Because I want to commission the construction or the reconstruction of the Temple of Amun, and then I'll die happy knowing that it'll be finished when Gurak takes over. One second. I was about to sneeze, but it didn't come up. Okay. Disband the army. For now. It would be suicide to raise raiders and go over to Abbasid territory. And the Abbasids aren't at war, and that's a problem. He's got cancer, but he's feeling fine. Whoa there. Temperate, whole of body, athletic, healthy, medicine focus. I could understand all this, but Harry and Trentese on images and vision? Oh, it's an artifact. Got a bad omen, he's got cancer, but they don't give a damn. I think he's got a good chance of beating cancer. But of course, the other alternative is raid Nubia, but we'll be so far removed from it. Because don't you know how long it'll take to march down the Nile, up the Nile, and then you go to there, and you come back with all the loot. And the alternative was, yeah, there's no alternative. And you can't raid by sea because, again, that's a Norse thing. So we got less than 398 gold to go. And hope for some good Nile flooding this year. I just want to get one last stewardship perk, and then we'll, we're making plenty of gold, so at this rate, Let me do the math here. It might take more than a year till we get to 900 gold. As long as you don't spend on anything big. And don't forget to convert. It's normal, okay. Okay, so the holding taxes will remain. You gotta help me this old ancient coin. Ah, Sultan. Lines about legacy, says. The latest work of my liege, Sultan Jalaluddin, has become all the rage at court of late. The piece deals with memory and what we leave behind, and he's publicly dedicated to me when memorial takes shape. Men need not fear as lives depart, provided they leave behind an art. And when the final hours nears, wonder, will life echo through the years? So far, I kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. This is piety related. Yes, it's truly heartfelt. Thank you, Sultan. I'm glad you feel things like that. Thank you, Sultan. This is definitely going to get us closer to the conversion of this faith. There are some others that are willing to convert. Berber and an Andalusian. And those that do not are mainly Sogdians, which is fine. It's fine because religion blending. No negative opinion of other faiths. Plus, we're all Sunni anyway. They're not going to judge us. Those who think otherwise are wrong. Think. Don't forget, we got 5 months. Just keep holding on, alright? We'll be converting to that Berber faith, a Berber Islamic faith of sorts. And no one's gonna judge us for it. Just be patient. That's all you need to do. Three months. Days up. Okay, now let's start it again. We're counting down the days. Once again, I ignored the call. Also, where? Are you intervening in Allies' war? No, you are attacking them. Ah, the Quranists. Right. Oh, good. A landed character. And once again, I'm going to ignore your cover lines because it's none of my business. And wars are expensive. He'll definitely accept this strong hook, which means source of income. And he's an Emir, so that's even better. Alright, pay up, son. Here's some 50 gold. Getting us closer as we continue to, again, raising funds for the Orco of Amun. It's almost like I'm dedicating it to it, but sort of. Sort of. I mean, I'm not reviving the ancient Egyptian religion. I mean, there is such thing as like that in the game, in case you are wondering. It's this under other faiths. Where is it? What is it called? And I think it's extinct already. In this playthrough anyhow. Cult of Mandulis, that's one of them. But there's another. I believe it was Khosrow. Yeah, there it is. That's the other one. These are the two Kemetic faiths. Yeah, the variation of the ancient gods of Kush remains strong there, as does the variation of the boundary between life and death. So yeah, it's an evil religion. But if you wish to convert that, good luck with that, because that's a dead religion. And it's an unreformed faith, and converting to a completely different religious family. Never gonna happen. So you just have to go with the Syncretic Folk Traditions, where we can revive some practice of it, but not all of it, strictly. So, no, we're not trying to revive ancient Egypt customs here. That's not my intention. That's not why we Salkids came here. So you got 40 days. I'm just looking it up. Fund city holding. Fund temple holding. So you're saying it's going to probably cost you a party for this? But I think you just want to hold on to that right after you convert. Four, three, two, one. Nope. You gotta wait one more month. God dang it. I could drop dead right now. Don't jinx it. Shut your mouth. Here it is. You can extort subjects, which let me show you the example. You have no vassals, can rank or higher. You know, I thought about controlling the coast, so that way just to deny the Sahara the coast. So that's an idea. But as I stated before, wars are expensive, and I know I cannot hold more land than what I already have. And plus, my other wives do not have the stewardship like you. Closest one is that, but you have this. Huh. Okay, so we can't extort subjects. Now we need 193, so let me do the math again. Since it's 19.5. The construction will happen this next year. It'll happen this very next year. $31 left. I don't think we need to switch wives. 1 second. At least none of them affect stewardship. Here it is. So, okay, none of you will convert. I mean, that's fine. We're all Sunnis here. We understand. None of you will convert, but for me, this is a personal thing for me. And this is a pluralist. I don't need to convert all of you people. No. This is a personal matter. Because of, it's all because of that construction project we're working on. And of course, before we finally make it official, check your virtues and possible sins, and including good acts of what could become it. At least ambitious is not a sin on this one. So, let's make it official. We're creating an entirely new faith. So with the rapid growth of the Trans-Saharan trade from the 9th century, Africans from the West and Sahel came to increasing contact with Islamic teachings in order to ensure access to lucrative markets and help maintain the ongoing peace which ensured the trade of gold and salt thrived. Many rulers within West Africa have chosen to converting to Islam. Nevertheless, traditional beliefs in magical healing, spirits, and divination persist among the new adherents. And the only big change on that is close kin slaying is criminal. So, lock away and throw me to cave because I killed my brother. But witchcraft is acceptable around here. So, on the 28th of December, we make this official. Plus, I like the icon. Maraboutism. Sucked in. That includes my brethren, my wife, and those that didn't, we're fine with that, because we're all Sunni. Okay, now you can put it back up. So, okay, I don't need to switch the focus. Zealous versus cynical. Again, we made all this possible because he's a cynic. And here's that new decision. Held in high esteem within West Africa for the ability to read and write in Arabic script, and thus the advanced knowledge of the Quran. Court robots are of immense utility for any Shwane seeking advantage in the Trans-Saharan trade, a court priest, judges, and even a healer. Yeah, sure. Send the messengers at once. I just want to see how this works. It's a new year, and it's a new us. And our monthly income is still good. A small bird rested on the branch of a tree high above me, and it sang a little song for a minute or two before flying off. It was a lovely song. It certainly cheered me up for the day. I wonder where the bird flew off to. And it is only here. It's where Maraboutism was born. With the new faith over there. We don't get the piety benefits, nor do we have diplomacy per level devotion. Neither is monthly piety per night, nor effectiveness. And too far away for cultural fascination, nor prowess per level devotion. But it does have benefits. Like, say, if you want to fight against Sahara, then you should look to other allies that we can make. But again, we consider them hostile, which, you know, the intermarriage may still happen. So they're negotiable. Thanks to Syncretic Folk Religions. For all these pagans down there. Oh, this is our new mufti. If I was to convert, it would be this one. I mean, we don't follow the jizya text anymore. all that. Godly counsel. Al-Farghani is blessed to be the home of dozen Quranic schools. Besides serving as centers of religious learning, our Quranic schools also serve as the main hubs of learning and scholarship within the kingdom. These centers of learning overflow with some of the land's greatest minds, with multilingual scribes and philosophers amongst them. A pious and wise ruler would do well to be guided by Allah in selection of amongst them to serve a most loyal and wise counsel. 2 such candidates from a top Quranic school have been presented at my request. Now, after considering talents, it's time for me to render my decision. How much am I going to be spending? Oh, you don't have to spend money. Good! Or you could just say, offer to Quranic school, which serve a greater good. But you do have to spend money, but it helps you with either the learning and learning lifestyle. Ah, but these are possible outcomes. That's nice to know for future reference. Okay, let me see. For either of you. That's it? These are some of the best minds? Well, it's a relatively new faith, so calm yourself. Plus, you know what? Tishafan shall join my court at once. You'll be a much better steward than... Oh, bearing in mind, he's a landed character. He's a vassal, but not a powerful one. Okay, just gonna swap jobs, alright? And as for you, you get out of here, and then we bring in this man. Just to add a tiny bit more income on the collecting of the taxes. And for now, we just raise money. Oh, you're going after this one? Taking advantage of this. And that means I should also declare war against that whenever, as soon as we reach 900 of the gold, then I'll conquer this. And then maybe he'll give it to me. So good luck on your conquest, Holy War thing. Three. Lively livestock. In additional payment of recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. Be sure that the animals are highest quality, but the question of what should be done with them remains. Oh, the hides will turn to a nice part. Bring the cleaver. There we go. Finally, the day has come. Now, the Oracle of Amun was one of the most famous oracles of the ancient world, sought after even by Alexander the Great himself. It has now been restored to its former glory and serves as a site of worship for the locals. It also houses a seer as well who offers services to those who are worthy. I mean, that's the description if it were complete, and this is the only example. But remember, in this Siwa, which has low development, but soon that development will be springing back up. And a holder of this will get a little bit more piety, but more importantly, renown and a lifestyle experience. And it's the renown is what I want due to the Trans-Saharan trade thing. And they say it'll take 3 years. It'll be finished by July 1st. No, with your talent, I want this done now. Instead of July 1st, it'll be done next October. 19 months left. I want it done, and I want it now. So as the Egyptian army is on the way, we should soon begin a war of conquest. And it'll be a short one. And I will appoint my son over there when we take that land over. It's time to control the coast. Actually, no. Go back a bit. Because you may never know if that small armor will jump us, so back a little. You gotta be wise, you see. Because they would have gotten a jump on us. Preaching unorthodox doctrine. Oh, you moron. Guardian of the Gate. I've heard rumors about a noble and valiant warrior woman in a distant land who is immortal and stands guard over an ancient gate made of marble and obsidian. Those who best are in combat will be allowed into the gate, which is the portal to heavenly paradise. A most peaceful and pastoral landscape and one could live in with no worries nor fears. If it did exist, could I go there? I don't need it. I have all I need here. Landed character. Would love to recruit you. The heir to... Shit. You got it. Again, I'm at the point that I could just die happy right now. But remember, we're pluralists. Does that mean we're gonna vassalize them? Didn't know you were learning Arabic. There. Okay, so if it was a holy war, we would have vassalized them. But instead, this was a conquest. I mean, I could give it to my heir, but that means he's going to be making his own decisions. That means I better get him a wife. And due to the amount of lands that he'll be holding and all that, should find somebody with very high stewardship. A gardener and an architect. Well, after all, she's a Bedouin, you know, caravaneer, so she got those stewardship and lifestyle traits. That's the reason why she has an awfully high stewardship, thanks to gardener, architect, and as well as her many traits, in addition to being Sunni. And plus, she's rich. She made a lot of fortune in her heyday. So you'll be marrying her, even though it comes from some nobility. Matter catch. Oh yeah, I know that place. Oh, and also he got another stress-related trait. Reclusive. No wonder why he's been going down. And she's good all around, so this is a perfect spouse for you. Despite the advanced age, and not going to have much in the way of children, as the chance of that is low. But don't worry, it's a good match for you. So wait until the marriage is official, and then I will send you to your post. And Labda. So, there you go. And you know how to make friends already. And a family focus up for you to have some children. Just increase the chances of that. So I bid you farewell. That ambitious trait is what's causing all this. Aha. Give me the money. So that way my son can inherit it. You know what, son? Let me help you with that. You know, mention something. What's his opinion towards me? Oh, neutral, one would think. I mean, yeah, I'm a murderer. Hey. No, it's not time yet, dang it. But I did see some other options. And you can send a presented skilled room. Well, send it to someone that you know. Son! This is for you. I know you don't have a court, but still. This is just something of, you know, for you to have for the next 10 years. And then you get to inherit. And you can't send them. Okay, so it takes longer if you send a skilled Silk Road interferes to a person that you already sent to prior. But as for everybody else, it'll take 3 years. I get it now. Well, in this case, I'm going to have to sway my liege. A dietary dilemma. 2 children were collecting clams from the beach in Tripolitana. When they came across a carcass of colossal size, beach dwellers claimed that the flesh of this dead sea creature is still incorrupt and very tasty. But my Mufti Narisaf pulls me aside during the council meeting, seemingly concerned. Is the consumption of whale meat truly permissible to us, Maraboutism? We ponders. I cannot make this ruling in this matter. We should wait for a statement from a very respected scholar. But you should forbid the people from eating this meat of the beast, just in case. $40 because you're impatient? Or... Or what? I mean, he'll still like me no matter what. But even if I get a small health penalty for the next 10 years, that's just gonna shorten my life expectancy anyways. I mean, I'm content where I'm at this point. And I can't wait for Gurak's rule to begin. You know what? Give me some of that meat. I must taste it. Something is not right, and I feel odd. Well, there goes my life expectancy, but don't worry. I'm content. Very content. Be glad you're going to have a lot of stewardship. Because I found you the right spouse. It's just some random Bedouin woman from Morocco, as we know it today. But I hope to see long enough to see the oracle complete. And if we ever get a better mufti, I'll be sure to convert. Because if you were to convert now to where the Sogdians live, it'll take you 6 days. Oh, that doesn't take long. But of course, resistance to conversion and county opinion dropping. Might as well. Our Sogdian brethren, the West Sogdians, live there. And you should also start investing in a bit of Siwa, knowing there's going to be a lot of development there. Oh, you're willing to pay. Okay. Ah. Right. There's some money. Thank you very much. Low Nile flood. I'm sure in the future there will be a day I will expand further into Egypt, particularly to the direction towards Cairo. Since, you know, he's down there, and all the good things are over there. Especially the pyramids. Died of heart failure. At least we don't have to pay him much anymore. Hey, it is done. Now we got a bit more renown. +7 now. From the Lighthouse to the Oracle. And plus more income. And a tiny bit of lifestyle experience. Let's make this land bloom. Yeah, I already knew that. Don't need to tell me twice. Yes, I rejected your call, but I wonder. A commoner of Egyptian heritage has been accosted in the streets of Alexandria over some minor offense. By making a statement in their defense, I could perhaps convince my liege Sultan Jalaluddin an equally Egyptian of my good character, but I might risk alienating my Sogdian peers. Hey, the Egyptians are good people. They're a little more hospitable as compared to the Berbers, based on acceptance. Although there is a decision in the game where you can um, actually ask the Oracle of Amun for something, but you have to be a true pagan, not a faith that has uh, syncretic folk religions. No, you have to be a pagan, any kind of pagan. It doesn't have to be the Kemetic one, it could be any. Heck, even those Slavic pagans of Serbia, I'm saying that as an example of them, that could come on down to Siwa and ask the Oracle something and they'll give it to him. It doesn't have to be ancient Egyptian, it has to be any kind of pagan. But the only pagan that exists very largely is Tengrism, as far as most countries. I'm showing it as an example. Converting from organized to unreformed is one thing. And plus, both faiths are pluralist, which is actually a reduction of piety. Now, orchards. Uh-huh. Oh, he just imprisoned him. Did he know about it before I did? But the jailer is him, so... Yep, he did know something that I do not. Can't get him to pay. He's in the dungeon, right? No, house arrest. So what is he in for? I mean, that's his heir, you know? He's heir to one of the areas. Oh, heir to Sinai. Oh, okay. Ever since the Sogdian culture discovered barracks, so I guess this is where it'll come to use. Wooden barracks to levying grounds. Just to increase the size of the levies further. Hey, Gurak, just wondering. No, nothing. Had set in my mind, but I lost it, but... I don't think he likes me enough, so I don't think he'll accept any of my petitions. Keep looking. We'll find something juicy. They're at war. Intervening somebody else's war. Had we known about it earlier, it's high time to raid. Oh yeah, I put that back there. Let's go. And what are you going to use that money for future reference? I'll probably invite some people in. Tyranny? Tyranny. How big? Not too much. They'll crush it. Except the only problem is that we don't have a reaver, so that means it'll take longer. And now, pastoral lands. That's a thing about those Berbers. They can't progress to the medieval era, early medieval era, because of their unreformed pagan or tribal. It's tribal. They can't advance beyond that. At least we do share majority religion, so they don't care if I convert them of Baltism. Which I'll soon spread the faith into that Sondian minority that I imported there. Been going on for 2 years. Had I known about it earlier. Oh yeah, that child killer. That was a Zayat. Hey, get off of there. We were looking to raid. Killed their commander. Or the commander died of old age. I mean, he looked like an old person. In fact, look it up. He was raiding and he was a landed character, so therefore, commander. Move on. A struggle to avoid people. I'm hearing rumors about a hermit who resides in Durna. Many details about this mystic's identity are contradictory. For example, some say the hermit is a man, others a woman, yet others that this hermit is neither or both. It's possible. What most stories agree on, however, is that the holy person is a true believer who is full of wisdom and understanding about the truth of the universe, as taught in the Quran. However, the thing is, everyone wants to seek an audience with this hermit. As a result, it is said this hermit struggles to find peace and quiet to do their spiritual practices. The hermit always tries to hide elsewhere, but is found again by intrepid zealots. Anyways, the rumors or legends of this hermit are certainly inspiring locals to dedicate themselves to more religious matters. An odd story. Is this hermit even real? Oh. Nice to know. You want? Any takers? Come on, you quit holding up the money. Tell you what, I'll give you a favor, and then... Idea! A deviant. Oh, goody. And yet they call you a poet. A deviant poet, that is. And I'm gonna do that again. Wow, what a way to get around it. I never done that before, because I didn't think that until now. Alright, you pay up too. Come on, open up your person. All you greedy people will not accept. Okay. Who got me this time? And you say she's unimportant to you? Well, she's a wife to, based on that armor, he's probably one of the, you know, whatchamacallit, Berbers. Now, where else? 2 months, okay. August 14th, remember. Uh-oh, it's 100%. We better turn around and go. Just take the loot and go. Before those bastards come here. I mean, 72 gold, that's good enough, right? Yeah. Get out. Run. You're the organizer, you can make them move fast. Okay. Oh, you can extort subjects now. My son! Well, he's gonna inherit all that anyway, so why would I do that? You can invite another one? Oh, it's past 3 years. You got a lot of prestige, you'll be fine. See too if we can find another well-learned person in these parts. Very high. Alright. We got 2 men here. I go for the mystic. Suryak. Why don't you be the Mufti? Busy spirits in Barca. It's so religious in Barca. There have been recent reports of a strange group of ghosts at night, wearing somber clothing. They are accompanied by bustling winds and a chill in the air. Oddly, witnesses claim there were ghosts who were otherwise harmless and were preoccupied with engaging in mundane activities like chatting, enjoying food, singing, dancing, and playing various games. Almost like there was a separate town of ghosts at night. Locals believe that for whatever reason, these spirits of the dead are going to and from conducting various businesses. More rational, reputable scholars and imams, however, are skeptical about these claims and have not been able to verify them. They conclude that this might just be scattered instances of hallucinations or some kind of a prank devised by some bored but clever and resourceful youths. As a cynic, I say, I agree it's likely a prank or a mass hallucination. Little ghost towns for Barca in 10 years. I'll go check it out soon, but first, I got money to spend. For one more thing with Siwa. Should we really make Siwa the most defendable place? Like during a time of war, that this would be the place where we make our last stand. With the defender advantage, you need that. You know what? Do get watchtowers. Mud brick towers in particular. So that makes that area difficult to conquer. Yeah, why not improve everything? Mainly Berber country, just take advantage of all of these benefits. Not enough, okay. Just wait one more month and then you'll get it spent. Huh? Gurak. I never expected to go close to Gurak as I've done the past few years. On multiple occasions, he's proven himself to be a reliable and forthright man, with only best interests at heart. It is so rare to find a true friend. Gotcha. The lands you will inherit, and you will have a lot of money for it. And the previous owners, that's... You have dependable donkeys? Well, you better go get yourself some donkeys, son. Did you bought some? No, he hasn't. Well, save your money for those donkeys. There's a reason why we brought you over here. So we can fire this man and begin the conversion of Barca into our new faith. That is a pluralist kind. Nubian Beja hybrid culture. It was by Blemia. No need to know that one. So yeah, now Egypt has the Libyan coast, preventing the Aghlabids to advance this way. Although they could take that. But I still fear them. But with two different branches of Islam, I'm sure they'll advance this way. To the Sahara. And whomever they appoint as their vassals, I would love to fight and take it over. Sigil Massa is their capital. Have they ever improved upon it? No, they didn't. They never added prosperity to Sigil Massa. And ever since you converted to this faith that's clearly influenced by Berbers, wonder what if. Again, what if scenarios. Take Jared, and then Mazab. In fact, in a hypothetical situation, like what's the quickest way as far as troop movement is concerned, so you know which way to go? Like, just raise one on real quick. From here to Sigil Massa. Like, it's just like looking up a little thing on the internet. It's like, how far is it from a flight from, I mean, me as a real life American, from New York to Los Angeles, right? So how far is it from Zuwara to there? Like, what's the quickest path? By boat. I mean by land, you goof. Okay, but by the land route. So the quickest way is through there, to this corridor, and then into Tuat, and then right there. So, okay, so that would be Jirid, Mazab, Tuat, Tuat. Okay. Those are Nukari, they're hostile. Ibadi, hostile. Sunni, not hostile. Okay, I understand now. Because one would think it's like, what do you want more? Trans-Saharan trade or all of Egypt? What do you prefer more? Or just break away and just form a new kingdom for yourself. I don't know. Me and my long-term plans are often contradictory. I don't want to abandon Egypt because of the benefits it has as far as renown is concerned. And that's what I care more about. Renown. It'll be a miracle if I become avaricious, but my health is poor, and I ate some whale meat, which lowered my life expectancy. Again, I'll be willing to advance westward towards the direction to Sijamasa. Oh, look at him. He's promoting Trans-Saharan trade with Arab merchants. So he got that little event, and I've yet to get a Trans-Saharan merchant courtier over here. Does his dynasty have a legacy of that? Yeah. He does have one, but they're more interested in glory. And the increased chance, so he got lucky, whereas I've yet to have one. And it kind of makes you wonder, do you have to be an independent ruler to get the merchant courtiers? I mean, it never says it. I don't know, I may have to ask a question. I mean, hey, if CyberXCon, the guy who created the mod, the Rice mod, if he's watching this, or I'll ask him on Discord, or somewhere, I mean, whenever I have free time, of course, then I'll have to ask him this question. Now, time to make some improvements. Look at that development growth. The ocean waters rage and rage and rage around me in my dream, a maddening array of raw force of nature's destruction. And I'm unraveled, helplessly, as I'm at nature's mercy. What is humanity but a speck in the cosmos when compared to all this? Even this I shall overcome. Yeah, we're developing it faster because I'm the one putting that steward there to work on it. That's why it's developing so fast. We're basically making the oasis bloom. All because of ongoing construction projects. And we just want to make Sijomas, oh goddammit, Siwa, to make it a great place to be. Landed character. Blackmail time. Oh, and also, you know what else is time for? To send some skilled Silk Road entertainers along the way. Beautiful looking Pope, huh? I wonder how he feels about some skilled Silk Road entertainers. That's for laughs. Got the money back after spending it. I had a dream where I came to the realm of light. Nothing but light. Light was everywhere, and all I could see. Yet this did not frighten me or anything. I felt that peace of the cosmos. After I woke up, the feeling of serenity stayed with me for the rest of the day. I felt invigorated and at ease. Again, I'm just willing to do anything to get increased renown. I'd probably be willing to spread the dynasty around to other places, especially with a possible path towards Sijamasa, which now I'm kind of tempted. part of that Trans-Saharan idea. I mean, after all, we're Sogdians. We were the middlemen of the Silk Road. So why not do we do the same thing for the Trans-Saharan trade, and mainly with their lands, which for once in their lives they're starting to... Khosrow of the Al-Farghani has abandoned this trans world and flown to heaven at 55 years of age. He died of natural causes. Known to have stained his hands in blood of his own kin, he is surely paying for his horrific crimes in hell. Well, as a cynic person that he was, I don't think he would have gave a damn. All he cared about is the glory of the dynasty. He didn't fight too many wars, as he mainly fought against his brothers, and made Alexandria a great capital to be in. A great place to be. And now, Gurak sends his throne. Being an ambitious man, many expect their own to grow and prosper under his rule. But unfortunately, his stresses has gotten the better of him as of late. Already has a son, Rutha. Is that even a Sogdian name, or is that a Bedouin name? Or even a Muslim name? Who knows? He's a thinker. But anyways. Wait 1 second. Just waiting for day to pass. Oh, this is going to be problematic. I mean, I'll be willing to give one away. This one. But... so he's prone to stress. But he's got two things to alleviate his stress. In fact, there's many ways to alleviate the stress, to be real honest, for Gurak here. Which, the reason he became stressed is because of all that learning of Arabic and trying to memorize Arabic in order to please the liege, as I speak that language. Craven. Stewardship may be high, but that domain limit ain't gonna be enough. So we may have to give some of these lands away at some point. But still, we'll end this episode on that note, because in the next episode, the reign of Gurak will begin. And also, he will be the one to spread the faith, starting over there. So he could say, hey, if all the areas that are living is Berbers, so why don't we just spread this new religion that we just came up with, that is influenced by them, to them? I'm not trying to give it to Sunnis for good, no. Not my intention. But some of these things they have way over there just seems beneficial. But it's wishful thinking, and we cannot advance westward until they break down. That's something you ought to be afraid of. But, again, we hope you people have enjoyed this episode. And we'll see you in the next one with Gurak. But until then, so long for now.